Katherine Hillard, or better known as Kat, is the second and last Pink Ranger of Mighty Morphin, although she was not the last Ranger of the team. The first curious fact about this Ranger is that the actress who plays this character has the same name, but the actress's name is spelled with C and the character's name is spelled with K. Perhaps many do not consider her as a legendary Ranger, but no one can deny that she is one of the most famous Rangers in the history of the franchise and has a spectacular career. Kat appeared in 96 episodes, including the 9 episodes of Alien Ranger, 1 movie and 2 special anniversary episodes. This Ranger was in 3 different teams, Mighty Morphin, Turbo and Zeo, but always used the color pink. Kat started in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series as a supporting character and then became one of the main characters. She grew up in Australia, was involved in training police dogs and being a diver and swimmer, although she later had a minor accident in a competition. Kat was unlucky enough to have a very similar story to Tommy, and perhaps this is what brought them together in the future, but let's start from the beginning. Her story begins when she was briefly bewitched by Rita and became part of the villain's team. She was even the main villain for 2 episodes, but the spell lasted for 8 episodes and she even became a monster. Even though the Rangers managed to defeat the monster, Kat still had the spell, but little by little that spell faded. Because Rita and Zed took Kat back to the villain's command center, she took the opportunity to retrieve the Pink Ranger power coin that Rita had stolen earlier. Alpha 5 detected the energy from the power coin again and was able to quickly teleport Kat back to Zordon's command center. Shortly after that event, Kimberly told the Rangers that she had to leave for Florida for a competition and recommended Kat to be the new Pink Ranger. Everyone thought it was an excellent idea and Kimberly gave the power coin to Kat. The strange thing about this event is that here there was no transfer of power like what happened with the other previous Rangers, and they did not have to use the sword, it was something simpler. Kat was a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for 18 episodes, counting the Alien Rangers, and then she became a Power Ranger Zeo. Obviously, having obtained the Zeo power doesn't mean she no longer had Mighty Morphin powers, as she would use those powers again in the future. In the Power Rangers team, Zeo was also a Pink Ranger and had to fight different villains, since the main villains of this season were the Machine Empire. In the Power Rangers Zeo season, Kat met Tanya, who becomes her best friend. The funny thing about this is that the 2 actresses also became very good friends in real life and create content on social networks about Power Rangers. Although many think that Kat fell in love with Tommy quickly after Kimberly left, the reality is that this was not the case. Kimberly had fallen in love with someone else, and for this reason Tommy was depressed, so Kat introduced him to Heather. Tommy and Kat had already met this woman, but despite this relationship did not work out either, because being a Ranger complicated a lot of things for Tommy. Kat comforted Tommy and eventually helped him understand that Kimberly was already gone. Basically, she was a good friend. When Zeo's season was over, we got the second Power Rangers movie called Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. In this movie we got to see the delivery of the new Turbo power, and in this team, Kat was also the Pink Ranger. Despite being the Turbo movie, we saw that Kat transformed into a Zeo Ranger for a short time when she was about to fall into the river, and she did this to protect herself from the fall. In this movie the Rangers got to meet the new villain, a space pirate named Divahatox, who awakened a powerful villain much like Dark Spectre. After so many struggles in the Power Rangers Turbo season, Kat transferred the power to Cassie and then decided to go to London to start her career as a dancer. Although in the TV series that was all we saw of that relationship at the time, in the comics we were given a little more information. In a special comic celebrating 30 years of the franchise, they tell us the story of Kat and Tommy's wedding, but also show the reunion after they said goodbye in the TV series. Because Tommy was going to move to another place in order to study, Kat tells him that having a long-distance relationship would be too complicated, and it all ends in an emotional embrace. It is not known how long it was after they said goodbye, but according to the conversation the two had at a meeting where the Mighty Morphin Team Rangers reunited, apparently several years had passed since Tommy had already become a doctor. This meeting may have been after the Dino Thunder season, and at that meeting, they both confirmed their love. This led them to begin their relationship, and several years later they had a son named JJ, who had always been thought to be Tommy's successor as the Green Ranger. After this, Kat appeared in the legendary battle, and because she only appears transformed, it is said that she was part of Team Zeo. Kat and Tommy moved to the old Reefside house in California, the same place from the Dino Thunder season, and there they lived with their son JJ. Some time later, Tommy disappeared and several Rangers from different dimensions started looking for him. All this happened in the special episode celebrating the 25th anniversary of the franchise in the Super Ninja Steel season. Later, Kat was also kidnapped after being tricked by a robot that looked like Tommy, and, in this episode, Kat was treated as a legendary ranger. In this episode we could see that Kat used the turbo power even though Tommy and Rocky used the dino power. The reason for this could have been thanks to the writers of the episode to give more diversity to the story by bringing together many Rangers from different teams. After 5 years, we had the special episode to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the franchise, and in this episode Kat also appeared. This was a bit of an impromptu thing, as the original plan was for Amy, the actress who plays Kimberly, to appear, but she decided not to appear in the episode. We don't know if the writers' original plans were for Kat to appear at some point, but we're guessing that, had Amy appeared in the episode, it's very likely that Kimberly would not have been kidnapped by Rita. In this special episode, Kat used a new power coin that Alpha and Billy made so that she and Rocky could use dino powers again. This was the first time she used the pterodactyl power coin, as she started out as a ranger with the ninja power coin. It was also the first time she used the power bow and the pterodactyl Zord. Something strange that happened in this episode is that Kat said that the putties sounded the same as always, but the reality is that she had never fought these monsters before. Although this was the last time we saw Kat in the TV series, in an episode of Power Rangers Zeo we are introduced to Kat and Tommy being old. They were both grandparents to 2 grandchildren, and one of those grandchildren was a Power Ranger. An important curiosity about the actress playing Kat is that she had auditioned to play Dulcia, but the producers felt she was too young for that character. However, when Amy decided to leave the series, the producers decided to contact Kat again since they had kept her information from that audition. Kat has been the only Pink Ranger to have been on 3 different teams using that same color. If you are a Kat fan, like this video and subscribe for more Power Ranger stories.